Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here with us as well. And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
From the WWE. Beating y'all niggas up. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Fatu. Welcome.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Why you bring the belt, man? Why you bring the U.S.
Oh, man,
belt,
man, my little cousin Solo, man, took it from me, man, and beat me up, him and his whole little MFT squad. But, man, bro, we about to double back, though, this Sunday at MetLife. You know what I mean? It's SummerSlam, baby. We live and direct. I'm from the West Coast, but, baby, the East Coast will show me more love than anything. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You
I love your energy.
So you getting it back? You getting it back this weekend?
Oh, man, I'm about to get it back.
Okay.
That's why I got all red on, baby. We about to get it back in blood. You feel me? Hello.
Let's start. I like to start from the beginning. Let's start with your journey. Like, how did you get into wrestling? What made you say, I want to be a wrestler?
Man, you know what? Somewhat similar to Charlamagne Big Brother story, you know what I mean? It just took me one time to go to jail, bro. That was it. I was 18 and I had my kids and I was locked down. Even before that, as a juvenile, man, just rough-headed, man, going to juvie the whole nine, but it's different. It's when you turn 18, man, you don't get no passes, man. They send you right up state to that thing. So being locked down, man, it was weird. On the toilet with 12 other dudes facing you. You know what I mean? So, man, I had a double back, but I was sitting in the cell, man, and flipping through the channels. You know what I mean? You always got that one TV, and who come on, man? My big cousins, the Usos. You know what I mean? Sorry, man, if I get emotional, because you know what I mean? Like it really doubled back and changed my life. So when I seen them, it was like, man, this ain't it. This ain't the play. I believe you said something too. It ain't how you start, man. It's how you finish. Right. You know what I mean? And man, be a product of the environment. You know what I mean? You really can't let them. You really can't let the environment double back on you. So, man, I just got out. And, man, I switched everything. Shout out to my wife, you know what I mean? So I had 2 kids, and, I got 7 kids altogether, but I had 3 kids at the time, and I named my 2 of my kids when I was in jail. And, man, it just wasn't a good look, And shout out to my wife, though, man, one of the realest ones, because, man, if you lock down and you don't got nobody on the outside, you ain't getting no commissary. You know what I mean, bro? Your time ain't coming by quick. So, man, I had
answering them calls.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when they don't answer the calls, bro, you done seen a lot of cats on the phone, bro. They going bad on the phone. Thank God, though, I had my love, though, there. But, man, she took care of me, though. And it was like, how's this woman taking care of me? I'm in jail when I'm supposed to be the man stepping up to take care of my business. You know what I mean? So, man, I got out. Got locked down, see my brothers on TV, made my mind up. Wifey didn't even know. But, man, when I got out, okay, I'm from California, Northern California to be exact, just to lace y'all up. SoCal way different than NorCal, but if you don't know, it's all one, though. Man, my wife pulled up, not even knowing. She came up north, came and got me and said, bro, you love me and my kids, bro. You going to hop up in this whip. You know what I mean? We going to move down. And my uncle Rikishi, the Uso and Solo's father, which is my dad's older brother. My father's a Tonga kid, Fatu. My uncle Rikishi, Gangrel, and my uncle Reno on Hawaii, they had a wrestling school called Knox Pro Academy, which is still here. Me, Rusev, Solo, we all came out of there. But they was in SoCal. My wife lived in SoCal, so man, it was God's timing. So by the time I came down there, man, I just got to work, man. You know what I mean? But first, before all that, man, bro, we was bouncing for $60. You know what I mean? Man, we was just trying to get through. That's it. Knowing our people and our culture.
Nobody want to see them big Samoan
no bounce. Yeah. Come on with it. But, man, we ended up doubling back, and I started training, and man, we was here,
How long did it take for you to start training to actually get into your first real match?
Okay, so I was training for about a month, you know what I mean? Mind you, I was the last cousin out of everybody, because before me, there was 4 other of my cousins, my uncle and them put everybody's time up in there.
That's the bloodline, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So by the time I came in, I was loose-headed already. They was like, oh, hell nah, we don't want him, you know what I mean? So, but, man, they took a chance. My trainer, Gangrel, seen me in the ring, and told my uncles and them, hey man, y'all gotta handcuff this dude to a ring. You know, I didn't know he seen me messing around in the ring and all that. And he's, you know, I thank God I had the talent, you know. And shout out to all my other family members that tried it. They didn't make it though, you know what I mean? But it's all love though, you know, man. I was just blessed just to have the gift though with it, you know what I mean? So
you didn't want to be a wrestler? I mean,
nah, not at all. I was trying to be a rapper. Yeah, I mean,
even seeing your father and Rashiki, aren't you related to The Rock too?
Yeah, well, yeah, somewhere. I mean, knowing Samoans and Polynesians, you know, bro, either one way or another, we all lined up. But no, none of us did. Roman Reigns, the Uso, none of us wanted to wrestle. I mean, we was always told, do this last. So, man, we was always just trying to play football, make our own thing, and you know what I mean? It never worked out. It always came back to wrestling. And I say this all the time. Professional wrestling saved my life. I say this all the time, man. Professional wrestling, I love it because it brings different cultures, different backgrounds. I mean, eventually we all here right now. You know what I mean? So, man, just thank God, man. It's all God's timing.
When you walk out into that arena now, how much of that moment is about proving something to yourself or proving something to the world that doubted you?
Man, you know what? Man, when I walk out, I swear, I give God the glory. I know people, you know, they don't want to pray, but man, I give God the glory right before I walk out. And then it's crazy to hear the whole stadium chanting. You know, Jacob Fatu is my real name, you know, and it is, Fatu is Solo and the Usos, it's our real name, you know. So it's mind-blowing to hear them, you know, coming from being in the jail, Fatu, you getting released, to, you know, the whole stadium yelling Fatu now. Man, it means a lot. Not only that, my kids are, half of my kids are old enough to where they recognize it, you know, and man, I'm just you know, I'm just trying to do the right thing for them, man. At the end of the day, I'm just want to get my family set up. You know, God forbid anything happens, but man, I'm just moving forward, man. It's all about my kids now.
I was reading, recently, I'm sorry.
I was reading something on Yahoo Sports, and the person who wrote about you and the bloodline, your family.
Yeah.
It was a black woman, and she was talking about how she gets upset the way they refer to like how your family is talked about when y'all like beat people or whatever, because they call you guys savages.
Oh yeah.
Is that? I mean, I thought that you kind of want that, but I knew she was leaning into like the whole because y'all are people of color thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, just like what Brett said, you know, man, we Islanders, we Samoans, you know, like the time is different now. Back in the day, yeah, we used to wrestle with no shoes, crazy hair, headbutt, acting like we didn't speak English, you know. But overall, man, we loving people. But, you know, on the other side, you know what I mean? Well, we don't want to go there yet, though, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, that's just how they know us as the Samoan SWAT team. My father was actually the Samoan Savage as well, you know, but... You know, times is different now. You know what I mean? So we here now.
It doesn't bother you?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, it's just like the internet. You know, you can see the comments, man. We charge that to the game. You know, it's a different time now. Everybody, yeah. You know, it's like back in the day. You know, we can't say anything. Everybody's getting so upset over every little thing now. So no, it doesn't bother me at all. You know, I was taught to have tough skin up in here. You know, like it goes back to where I told my uncle Rikishi and them when I first started training. I was like, why don't I need the belt? They said, you need the belt? I said, because, you know, I thought I need the belt, you know? And then they said, okay, you're going to go win the belt. I was like, all right. And then when you hold the belt up, you act like, you know, like Shawn Michaels. And then my uncle said, as soon as you hold the belt up, I'm going to come in there and roll you up 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like, he had to humble me. You know what I mean? Because I had to get humble. So at the end of the day, what that story was, it's just to have tough skin and, man, just keep it all moving and pushing.
That lady would have hated Kamala. Remember Kamala?
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby.
In the little bit of wrestling that I watched, I thought
Yeah.
that was just a part of the whole ambiance of what, you know, everybody has their characters and their things they lean into.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Now, recently, Hulk Hogan passed away. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
Yes, rest in peace.
What does his legacy on wrestling mean to you, if anything?
Yeah, you know what? It just goes back to what Hunter said, you know, on SmackDown. You know, Triple H, you know, my boss said it. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for him, you know, because, you know, he was at that time. But at the end of the day, what it means to me, coming from a father's perspective, man, you know, somebody lost their dad at the end of the day. And I know y'all gonna hear me talk about my kids and, you know, a lot because, you know, that's just how I'm looking at it, you know what I mean? But overall, man, just like what Hunter said, man, you know, WWE wouldn't be none, you know, if it weren't for him and foremost. So, yeah.
Yeah, people act like two things can't be true, right? Because I see everybody, whenever you mention Hulk Hogan, they say, well, he was also a racist. I don't know him personally. I know the things that he said, you know, but it's just like, yeah, he probably could do that, but he also was, you know, a motivation for a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah,
you know, he did put the WWE on his back and make wrestling what it is today.
Come on, especially on that golden era, you know. But it just goes back to, you know, man, that's just somebody's dad at the end of the day. I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Hogan, though. 100.
Now, when you're training, how often do you train, and how brutal is it for your body? How much do you have to go into recovery and rehab and all that other stuff?
Oh man, it's about 4 days a week. You know, the traveling really takes a toll on us. You know, man, we're in and out. You know, man, we're on the last flight there. Man, we get in, do our job, and then, man, we on the first flight going back. But I had to learn how to respect the business, even though I came up in the wrestling business. I'm thinking, okay, my family's in there. It's gonna be a cakewalk. Nah, I really had to learn how to respect it. I realized the sacrifices that my family has done. I realized, all the stuff, all the time alone and away from our families that, it's a whole lot, man. But the training is different. I think Brock Lesnar said this too. Every sport is different. Brock Lesnar left wrestling to go to the NFL, and, he gave those guys their respect. Because the training is different, So I think it was like when Michael Jordan went to baseball, went back to basketball, his body was different. So, man, the training is on a whole nother level. I'm not saying we're the hardest, we're most badass or anything, but I had to learn how to respect the business as a upcoming young family member, but also as a worker as well. So, man, it's pretty difficult, but the recovery, it takes less than a second, for you to hurt yourself. It takes less any wrong movement. Man, even the way you fall, So, it takes less than a second. But the training, you just have to get trained the right way. I'm not saying this because these are my uncles who train me, but man, I've seen these guys turn a nobody into somebody. And I'm one of those nobodies that they turned into somebody. You know what I mean? Because I was trained the proper way. Right. But it's more than just the training. It's the locker room etiquette. It's how you carry yourself around. Okay, everybody know my background, but man, if somebody was to say something to me out there on the streets, man, I'm done with that tough guy stuff. I ain't here to fight nobody, but this is where our training comes in. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it comes full circle, not only in the ring, but outside of the ring as well.
Did you know how successful your family was growing up?
Man, nah, I grew up just as a kid, just enjoying it. Until my Uncle Rikishi came out during the Attitude Era, this is why I knew we was popping, when the kids was making fun of him over there. And man, cause we used to get in the fights sometimes, hey man, your uncle got the thong on, you know what I mean? So, being an uncle, being a nephew, try to defend my uncle. But yeah, it was around that time. It definitely was around the Attitude Era time, man, when I noticed, like, oh man, like, bro, there's some big things going on around here, How
much input did you have in, like, shaping your character? Because it's not really a character, like you said.
Nah, that's really me. Yeah. I mean, well, I'm taking that Northern California, and man, shout out to Uncle Earl, man, Earl Stevens, E40 Water, Mr. Fab and all of them, and Mozzarella. But man, I just want people to know, like, where I'm from. Like I said, different times, early 90s, you had the Doink the Clowns, the head shrinkers, like this goes back to our family, wearing no shoes, wrestling, being Wild Samoans, to where, there's so many of us in the family. And shout out to my brother, my older cousin, Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Solo. Man, they had a lot, though, to do with me getting here. WWE made it happen. Shout out to Hunter. But, man, there's so many of us to where it's like, I don't want to be known as the cousin. You know what I mean? So, okay, how they gonna receive Jacob? How is so there ain't no other way. I don't want to play no character. So the only way for me to do is just to do me, what I've been doing for the past 12 years, and just be myself. I know, once again, this keep going back to my kids. I can't tell my kids one thing and I'm doing another. So, man, overall, it's just me just being who I am right now. You know what I mean? And so far it's working. I mean, damn, bro, it got me over here on the Breakfast Club, so I think we're doing all right. You know what I mean?
You also got an action figure coming into Walmart.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, man.
And that was, so you were at San Diego Comic-Con talking about it because you presented the figures, but you used to work at Walmart too.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Man, I used to do all jobs, man. I used to work overnight at Lowe's, man. Man, I was the best stalker at Walmart. Girl, you go down my aisle, girl, they couldn't touch me down there. You know what I mean? So, but I was, the crazy thing about that, on my lunch breaks, I will, because I'm such a fan of my family. You know, my cousins don't like when I say, but man, I love this. If I didn't love my family in the business, then I would not be here.
I mean, Roman Reigns, Rikishi, them some good.
Come on,
come on now.
Come on.
Roman Reigns in the new Street Fighter movie.
Man, come on, man. Man, they should have put my goddamn album in there. I mean, but shout out to Big Roman, man. I mean, we acknowledge the Uso. But man, just to double back on that, it was mind-blowing being over there. Not only that, like for me coming to working in Walmart, to working overnight at Lowe's, to having little side jobs here and there, anything I had to do just to put food on the table, especially during the pandemic, because Lord, man, everybody know how that thing was. So, man, I was doing anything and everything. Sorry to go off the question, but, you know, I ain't ashamed of none because my father did that. You know what I mean? I seen my father picking up cans during my Pop Warner football games. And I remember I was crying one day, I seen him, you know what I mean? And then my mom was like, man, don't be embarrassed, that's your dad. I will never forget, the following week, I asked my dad, I said, Dad, you got some lunch money? He opened his wallet. He was like, yeah, your ass was crying about me picking up them cans. All right, remember, man, this is where this $10 came from, you know what I mean? So this comes back to, you know, like what you said with me working in what, man, I'll do anything and everything, you know, to take care of them. But, man, it's mind-blowing, man, especially to have my own action figure. You know, coming from Sacramento County Jail to having my action figure up in there. And I'm happy that my kids are old enough, you know, to where they're able to see this. Right. You know, because, man, my kids have been through the whole grind with me. You know what I mean? Like, man, they've been in and out through the pandemic, through everything. So it's really good. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
What's crazy is growing up, I thought that came with the WWE starter kit, like the action figure, the video game appearance, like that. It take time to get to all of that?
Yeah, I mean, because not one thing I'm learning is, you know, mind you, I only been in WWE for about a year, but I've been doing this for 12 years. So I'm still learning about everything, but, man, my career, man, has been so awesome, so blessed, man. So awesome to where I am able to be in the video game. I am now when they're selling the SmackDown wrestling ring, it's coming with one action figure, and that action figure is me up in there. So, man, I'm very happy, man. I'm very blessed. But a lot of people don't even know. Like, I'm actually a fan of everybody else, though. You know what I mean? So, yeah, when they promoted that, man, it just didn't get no better. Not only that, at Comic-Con, 5 years ago, I was at Comic-Con with my uncle Rikishi, you know, helping him out with his 8x10s. And then this year, man, we doubled back to where, you know, I'm on stage and people are, once again, chanting the name Fatu. And, man, it don't get no better.
Before WWE was with MLW, right?
Yep, I was with MLW. And, you know, this goes back to everybody's story different. You know, they said, Jacob, you should have been in WWE 5 years ago. No. Jacob would have been fired. You know, I needed that growth. I was happy. Like my brother Solo, you know, he went from college. It didn't take him as long. The Uso, all of our stories are different. But at the end of the day, it's all God's timing. Like this, I was supposed to come in around this time, you know what I mean? But shout out to MLW. MLW gave me that platform, you know, and
you're the longest running heavyweight.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you know what? We gonna keep it 100. Let's go back to the pandemic because we didn't have shows, so you know, I kind of take half those days off. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I held the belt for 800. You know what I mean? Like we gonna keep it 100. All right? It was minus like half of that, but MLW gave me that platform, and I'm very thankful. Not only that, New York and Philadelphia raised me on the independent scene. They really did. Because, man, these cats will call y'all out over here. If your ass suck, oh, bruh, I seen somebody get water thrown on them in New York just for having a basketball jersey. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Oh, yeah, the Pacer guy.
Bro, it be going many out here. But overall, man, shout out to the East Coast, man, especially New York and Philadelphia, man, for real.
You got your new song, Hello.
Oh, no, okay, listen. We're going to touch bases on that, sis.
Okay.
Man, okay, this goes back to, you know what I mean, before the whole journey started, you know what I mean? I was trying to be a rapper, but that song was made 11 years ago. Okay. You know, if people really want to tap in with it, I got 7 kids. I only named 3 kids at that time. You know what I mean? So, but overall, man, that was just my cousin had got us a studio, you know, just to keep us out the streets. And man, this is when I first started training. I didn't know I was coming to WWE or anything, but my uncle Rikishi just had that song though. You know, he had it tucked away and threw himself on the chorus, you know. But I didn't even know until it doubled back. I actually forgot about that song because, you know, man, we've been so busy. But that song was made like 11 years ago though. Wow. Yeah, because I was, if you go back and double back on it, I was just trying, I was manifesting. I was just trying to, you know what I mean? I was just, I said it. I'm trying to get that house on the beach and get rich off the top rope. So, yeah, we here now.
Now, you talk about your 7 kids a lot.
Yeah.
Would you want any of them to wrestle? You
know what? Man, I I would say this. I would say no because I know how the life is on the road, and know the ups, downs. You know because it ain't easy. But since it kept me out the way to be a father to them, and if they love it and if they have passion, which is my girls do, my boys is, they do their own thing, but my girls, yeah, definitely, and there wouldn't be no other way. And man, they're so into it right now. I mean, I was on the Independence. They never used to watch me. Man, my kids ain't start watching me till I got on TV. It usually work like that. But yeah, man, definitely my girls though, man. I know a lot of people don't want their kids to wrestle, but like I said, man, it's a whole nother time right now.
How old's your oldest?
Man, Pop 19, 19, and then my youngest, bro, I'm good at this, man, 19, 16, 15, 13, 12, 8, and 4.
So you 33 with 7 kids?
Yeah, no, 35, yeah.
35.
Yeah,
So
okay,
so you lost a bunch of matches to condoms.
Oh, come on, brother. Come on. Well, brother, I ain't had no TV. Looks like we got a lot of TVs in here, though.
Absolutely. Listen, I want to go back to the mindset shift that happened.
Yeah.
After you had got caught up in jail. What was the mindset shift that made you say, you know what? Not only am I not going back to that, I'm gonna stay focused on doing exactly this.
Oh man, you know what, bro? Oh man, it was it was going to jail, bro. It was getting that strike. California, we got those 3 strikes, and man, it's just going back and forth to court, man. When I got that strike, and I'm young, I'm 18, but man, just being in there, man, it wasn't right. Man, it just didn't feel right, and I had a lot of partners shoot, passing. A lot of them was getting strung out on drugs, and then I go back home. I love my city. I love Sacramento. But man, bro, I'm really in and out. It really hurts me when I, roll around over there and see people I used to look up to. Either they're not there no more or they're all strung out.
Oof.
And it sucks though, because it's like, damn, bro, you was the big homie back then. You know what I mean? But it was that, and then man, I just wanted to get my parents a better life, give my siblings, my kids. And like I said, I was in lockdown and named 2 of my kids when I was locked down. And, bro, that was not the play. You know what I mean? Especially having a strong woman like that, like, her taking care of me. Oh, no, bro, I got this backwards. Yeah, let me get out and get this thing going.
How much time did you do?
Oh, bro, so listen, I was always doing like county years. I mean, I was always violated. I never really went to prison, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying. It spooked me, but I was always violating. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That was it, though. It was just violating. It was never on no drugs or anything, you know what I mean? Because I ain't really get down like that, you know what I mean? But it was just being young and dumb. That was it, man.
Do you think that the only way for people to truly, find a different direction is to have something to do?
Yeah, because, man, why I say that? Because I remember my mom always said, man, you better do something, keep yourself busy, because, man, you got too much time on your hands, then, that's when everything start falling apart and stuff. Not only that, I had to move out of my city. Shout out to the people who stay in their city that got it together, but I'm different, and I'm probably not the only guy who did it. I had to move out of my city to really get focused, you know what I mean? So that's why I give it up to my wife, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I always talk about her and give it up, and she don't like it, but baby, we in the Breakfast Club right now, you know what I mean? Let's go, man, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I think you got to find something, definitely find something that you passionate about. I didn't grow up wanting to be a wrestler, but man, it just clicked. And not only that, when I found, when I was good at it, and once again, let's go back to our training. I'm not saying this because it's my uncle and them. I'm not saying this because it's my uncle and them at all, because they going to think I didn't, it was the training, bro. They done turned to nobody into somebody.
I love the way you talk about your family. Charlamagne and myself always talk about the biggest thing in our lives is our wives.
Yeah, come on.
I've been married 24 years. He's been married, 19?
I've been married 10, but I've been with my wife for 27.
Come on,
been married 31. And we just talk about, we always tell the young boys, find somebody early, because that'll keep you out of trouble.
Come on. Hey, man, and there ain't no other person I'd rather have shared, what we got going on, because it ain't just Jacob, man. You know what I mean? Like, my wife had a big part with me getting here. And once again, I don't know if she don't like me talking about it, but baby, we here at the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Hello. You know what I mean?
What's something fans still don't fully understand about the bloodline family dynamic?
Oh, man, that we're really family. This ain't, this ain't scripted. Oh, they're related to them. No, like, man, we're really one family. You know, this is really one family that has been with the company since the mid-'70s, coming from the Roques' grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, you know, to Alpha and Sika, you know, Roman Reigns' dad, you know, to my father, to my uncle, to the Yokozuna, man, the great Samu, like, to trickle down to, man, I'm forgetting a lot of people, but then it came all the way down to Roman Reigns, the best tag team in the world, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. You know, all the way to my brother. I you know what I mean? We getting into it right now this Sunday, but all the way to Solo Sikoa. You know, man, these gentlemen, man, not only are they my family, you know, and this goes back to Solo, man. You know, SummerSlam, MetLife this Sunday in the cage, me and Brett locked down. You know, it sucks because our kids and our wives at the end of the day, you know, but man, what family don't fight? I mean, like, it ain't your real family if you're not fighting. But, man, it goes all the way down to Solo, and it came down to me and my brother Lance on Hawaii. So, man, this goes back to what you know, I'm just trying to – I don't want to just be known as a cousin. You know, when you talk about Jacob Fatu, oh, bro, you're going to feel this. You know what I mean? So, and like you said earlier, what did we do for the character? This ain't the character. This is me. I don't know how to be no other way. You know what I mean? And especially being in jail, he like, oh, hell no, there ain't no other way to be. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I'm just trying to just make my footprint, though. You know what I mean? There's some more dynasty.
When you fight Solo Sunday, how, you know, hard is it to push the gas? Y'all in a steel cage. Them steel cage matches get violent.
Man.
They get bloody. You know, you're going to look into the audience and see your family there. You're going to see his wife, his kid. Like, how hard is it, how difficult is it going to be to push the gas?
I think, man, sorry, man. I think it's going to be very emotional. Growing up with Solo, man, for what he has done ever since Roman left. But, man, Solo, man, that's my brother, man, since day one, you know, not a day ago, man. And it ain't nothing but being love. But it's going to be difficult, man, especially having our wives and, you know, our family out there. And not only that, at such a big stage before us, at such a big stage, SummerSlam, where Yokozuna, his father Rikishi, the Rock, my father, to SummerSlam, it's like it's like WrestleMania. You know, not only that, man, we're back at 2 days, and what way to do it, bruh? And MetLife out here in New York. You know what I mean? So
this is the first ever 2-night SummerSlam.
Yeah, first ever 2-night, and once again, this is all God's time, and I'm so happy to be a part of this right now. But yeah, man, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be a little difficult. I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and beat his ass. No, because man, he's a made man as well. You know what I mean? But
how difficult is it with the elements outside? Because you know, indoors, you know what you're gonna get. But now you outdoors, so you can get
this
little rain. You can get
so this is my first time gonna be working outside. With the company. I mean, I don't wrestled in New Jersey outside of a bar in the parking lot, all that way. I mean, but that's when I was on the Independence. But this is gonna be my first outside show with WWE. But I believe last time they were here, it was raining last time. You know, it was raining a little bit, but you know, if you go towards the ring, they have these big pillars, though, you know what I mean, over it. So the ring will be okay, but it might suck, though, you know, if it rains, though, because the fans are out there. I don't know if they could cover everything because there's no rooftop over. Yeah, I mean.
I know
it'll be
covered. Oh, go ahead.
Hell yeah. Hey, man, all wrestlers get nervous. And you know what? They say it's a wrestling saying, man, if you're not getting nervous before you going out, then you're not feeling it no more. Yeah. You know, man. I'm having a panic attack right before I walk out, you know what I mean? But then, boom, get that time to myself, get on one knee, man, thank the Lord, wake up. Man, it's go time. You know what I mean? So, and mind you, I didn't plan on, okay, everybody plans on coming to WWE, but at the end of the day, I want people to understand, like, nobody could have touched me because of because of my background and stuff. Man, shout out to Hunter. Shout out to Triple H, man. This era that he got us going in, man, he made everything happen. WWE made everything happen, man. Shout out to the legal team, man. Shout out to the people who put up the cameras, who put up the ring. You know what I mean? Because we wouldn't be nothing without them. Okay, yeah, y'all know the wrestlers and stuff, but, man, it take a teamwork to make the dream work, man. So shout out to everybody, man, who's been putting it down over there, setting up the ring, the backstages, the catering, you know, the people who drive the trucks from city to city. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's all of us, man, to make this thing work.
Man, what legacy do you want to leave, not just as a Fatu, but as a man who just made it through all the things you've been through?
Man, it's okay to be nice to people. Man, don't believe in the hype, man. We got an agent called Michael Hayes. He always says this, when you're over, like when we say that wrestling term over, it's like, like you think you're popular, you think you're doing good, but Michael Hayes always says this, man, when you think you're over, you're not over, you know what I mean? But, man, just do the right thing when nobody's looking. Man, that's it, man. Do the right thing when nobody's looking because God sees everything. And, man, forgive people. Like, man, don't have no hate in your heart, none of that. And it's just crazy what it's going down to now, you know what I mean? But, man, definitely do the right thing when nobody's looking. But the legacy I want to live just can't nobody talk bad about me, when God forbid anything happens. Like, my kids is going to know. Bro, my dad was straight up, you know what I mean? Like, my dad was a good dude. He did take care of these people, you know what I mean? He did take care of us. Like, even when we see homeless people out, you know what I mean? Bro, just right there, or just say hello to people. Man, bro, we was to the drive-thru the other day. I just said hello to the drive-thru people, you know what I mean? Just, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all have a good day. Man, just lit a smile on their face. Bro, you don't know what these people going through, you know what I mean? Like, bro, they could get ready to go do something else. But, man, just by you saying hello, giving them a hug and say how you doing, bro, you might have changed the whole mood, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Sorry, I don't know if they answer your question, though, bro. But
I say the same thing when people ask me, like, what do you want your legacy to be? I just want people to say, yo, he was of service.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
He was of service, he made somebody's life better. Yeah. That's it.
And this goes back to the Cena thing when I, just when Cena just said before everything you just asked him, like, hey, how are you doing? How was you? And I remember you said like, well, people do interviews, media, they always say the same thing. But I thought that was dope though, bro, because not a lot of people do ask us that type of stuff.
We always ask because we know how tough it is. Like, of course you're a wrestler and you work and people love you, but sometimes just a matter like, yo, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you all right? Yeah. And sometimes just getting like, yo, thank you for asking because people don't use the kid, and I think that means the most.
That's why he got that blanket on his iron. And you didn't even ask him. You ain't ask him, Jacob. Like, what's wrong with you? Why you got that blanket?
Okay. He's really trying to hide his arms from you. He's going through something else.
Oh, yeah, he does. No, that's true. She's right. He gets so insecure about his arm. He had a tank top on one day online, and everybody was killing him. So when somebody come in here buff, he like covers up. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Himself, though.
How much do I have to pay you to slap Charlamagne?
Oh, no. Well, man, I ain't gonna, I grew up watching y'all, bro. So, like I said, we at the Breakfast Club again. Well, he might have to pay Big Bro over there with the hat on.
He wants you to slam him. Before you walked in here, he was like, man, Jacob Fatu coming. I want to wrestle with him.
Oh, man.
He did not say it like that.
The way he said it was crazy. I want to wrestle with him.
I want to wrestle.
Oh, man.
Good luck
I want to wrestle.
I want to wrestle.
Good luck this weekend. Hopefully you come out on top, man, and we appreciate you for joining us. Anytime you're in town, you want to pull up on us, please do.
God damn.
Yo.
He said anytime you on top.
He want to wrestle.
God damn.
He want to wrestle.
God damn. You want to wrestle. You want to wrestle. All gas, no breaks.
Thank you so much, man.
All gas, no breaks.
2 nights, SummerSlam takes place Saturday and Sunday at MetLife Stadium. If there's tickets still left, go get your tickets. And thank you for joining us.
100. Thank y'all, bro, for the show.
It's Jacob Fatu. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?